What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla SPY in the overall market. I'm also going to talk about why tomorrow's going to be a very important day for Tesla and break down some more pieces of news. But just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Webull link. If you deposit any amount of money, you're guaranteed 12 free stocks. Deposit $500 and you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. And put in $25,000 more and you're guaranteed 75. The offer ends in just 4 weeks. Anyways, now let's talk about what's happening with the market. So far, we're holding up quite decently on Tesla. The market may slow down towards the end of the day, which could slow things down a little bit more, but we're still doing a good job at holding our 50 EMA. So watch and see these key levels, which I'll talk about in just a couple of minutes. But let's first talk about Tesla. What's happening for tomorrow for Tesla? As you guys know, tomorrow is going to be deliveries day, so it's going to be coming out tomorrow at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Most likely before the market opens. During the pre-markets, Tesla should be announcing their deliveries numbers, which is going to be very, very huge. So get ready for that, guys. It's going to be very important for the share price. Sometimes it's a little bit late. So you guys can see we actually have the historical times right here. Sometimes they're a little bit later than expected. So it could be like a few minutes late. Sometimes it's like an hour late. But usually it's going to be on time or very, very close to that. So either before the market opens or a little bit after, it should be coming out. Whatever Tesla announces is going to have a big effect on the share price. So this person known as Gene Munster has come out. So I want to give them some credit. They basically have an estimate of about 452,000, up 4% year over year. Street is now basically estimating about 462,000. So we're seeing a lot of different analysts that have different views. Let's hope Tesla does very, very well, at least for this. He believes that anything above 436,000 is going to still be viewed as positive, as Tesla would still be looking for nice growth. So we'll see if that ends up being the case or not. If Tesla does under like 436,000 or below that, we end up seeing lackluster results. That could be bearish. If they do over 460,000, I think they're going to be completely fine. That's going to be, a very, very bullish piece of news. So that's going to be huge for Tesla, at least as a whole. Now, the thing about Tesla is we're currently at 257 a share. If you're holding anything overnight, if you're holding shorts overnight, if you're going long overnight, please be careful and just be very, very mindful that we have these deliveries numbers and we don't know exactly what's going to happen. If the numbers come out right before the market opens, there could be a big move in Tesla. We could have opened in the 270s or we could have opened in the 240s for tomorrow, depending on how this ends up going. So I'm expecting a big move. We could be looking for a big gap up or gap down, and we'll see what happens after that. So please be very mindful of that. Also, for the global situation right now, there's a lot of violence that's kind of like going on right now in Israel. We're seeing Iran launching missiles. This isn't the start of it. Of course, this is like a result of so many other things that have gone on for years, decades, centuries, and thousands of years. It's absolutely insane. So my point in just making this is that the market's a little fearful amidst this news. The US is getting involved. And then there's also a lot of news right over here about what's happening with the US ports. So there's a lot of strikes that are going on. This could have a big effect on global supply chains. So please be very, very open to that. This is going to affect more supply chains. And then on top of this, with these strikes that are going on, this could have some very, very interesting effects on the market as well. So this is what's causing Apple to dip. I saw that this was noted. Many other US companies may see similar situations that are going on. So this is not the best for the economy. In all honesty, let's hope that negotiations could be made with the workers and they come to a consensus. So we'll have to see how that goes. But that's what I'm seeing for the time being. For news about the markets, there's not really much coming out tomorrow morning. We just have a couple of Fed speakers, and it's actually a very quiet day for data. The bigger thing is going to be global news than Tesla's deliveries numbers. So we'll see how that ends up going. I have a more positive view of Tesla, but just to be safe, you never know what's going to happen, guys. So this is my warning for everyone. If you're bullish on Tesla and you think they're going to do well, we could be looking for a break of this structure. We could be looking for the 270s. If they don't do as well, and the Chinese numbers, despite them looking pretty good, if the US numbers don't keep up and the European numbers, which are slumping, end up having a bigger effect, then we could see some weak numbers. So we'll see. I'll talk more about this later on. But if you want to hold anything overnight, that is your choice. For SPY, I just want to say that SPY is once again, it's okay right now. It's barely holding its 50 EMA. We have support that's critical at 567.5. If we lose this and start dumping, we could be looking for our next target in the lower 560s. If we're bullish, we want to break past 571 all over again. Otherwise, we're in the middle. I don't know what's going to happen with the news if the situation continues to escalate. Even though that looks very, very probable, that could cause the market to gap down tomorrow. So please be careful. The global situation is very, very important. So is the news that's coming out. So please be very mindful of that. For ES, if we're bearish, you want to see us basically lose 57.70. This could be leading to a bigger dip all the way down to 57.50. If we're bullish, you want to break past 57.91. We are still in the middle, so give this the time it needs. For Bitcoin is basically dumping right now. We're looking at support at our 200 EMA at 61,745. If we lose that, I could be looking for this imbalance all the way down here to fill to the 60,000 area. If we hold this, we could try to rebound a bit, but then there is still that risk of downside that perpetuates to this moment. For NQ, we're looking a little bit weaker. We're trying to rebound a bit. We're going to be watching to see if we can reclaim 20,099. That's our 50 EMA. If we don't do so, we could reject and continue to fall to the 19,000s. If we do, we could try to bounce, but I think this is looking more bearish and this may continue to dip. For the QQQ, we also have like a head and shoulders like structure. If we manage to reclaim 481, we're looking for basically 485. If we fail to do so, we could be continuing to fall all the way down to this gap fill. So look at 480 and 478 as our supports. If they don't hold, we're looking for that gap fill and a bigger dip. For other factors out there, we also have Aapl. Aapl is dipping right now. We're retesting the 50 EMA just like SPY at 226.37. If we could get above that, I could see a rebound. It still looks bearish. I think we will eventually come down to fill this gap. So I still favor downside that's coming later on. For the IWM, we're dipping. We're barely holding the 216 support. If that fails us, we're looking for 214, then 212 to fill this gap. So it still looks more bearish to me. We'll see if we can try to reclaim 219 to turn bullish, but this is still favoring downside. Coinbase has given up a lot of the gains that were made. It's still looking bearish. We're going to be watching to see if 160 ends up holding. If not, it's going to dump more. So it still looks bearish to me. Amazon's looking more bearish. We'll have to see if we reclaim 188 to turn bullish or if we lose 182 to turn more bearish. This could dip a little bit more to the 182 area, so watch for that. For Meta, we're kind of stuck in the middle. We basically have this 580 area as resistance, and we have 568 as our support. We're stuck right now. There is a risk of it dipping to 568, so we will see if it ends up getting that rejection. Microsoft is dipping. We're barely holding 420, the level I called out as our support. If that fails us, we're looking for this imbalance fill to about 414. Still looks bearish. Google's kind of rejecting here. We'll have to reclaim 170. If we don't do so, we're at risk of dipping to 165. So we'll see how that goes as well. So that being said, guys, I want to thank you all so much for listening. Please have an absolutely incredible rest of the day. If you're holding anything overnight for Tesla, please be careful, guys. I don't know what's going to happen with deliveries. I don't know what the exact move is going to be. And deliveries are scheduled to come out once again tomorrow before the market opens at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes they are a little bit late, so we will see about that. But like I said before, guys, this is very important to note, so please be very, very ready. I thank you again for listening, so please have a great day. If you're holding anything overnight in the markets, there is a risk, so be careful. And please be very, very, very open-minded of the fact that the global situation remains very intense. So we'll see how things go. Let's hope for peace. Let's hope that things improve. But at the end of the day, we also have to face reality, which is the fact that tensions are at a high, and we'll see what happens. There's only so much that everyday people like you and I can do about this. We could just listen and do whatever we can, such as like pray for those who believe in prayer. But I just want to say that amidst these hardships, use this as a time to be grateful for what we have. And for now, we will just hope that things cool off. All right. So I'll see you guys very soon in a couple of hours, and peace out.